Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. I'm going to start this podcast with a quote from Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett said, "A very rich person should leave his kids enough to do anything, but not enough to do nothing."
Mm-hmm.
You know what we said in our last podcast, that successful people always act the same way. They have some similarities in the way they approach things. When you observe and look at rich children, they often act the same way. You will see this kid is always the first to come to activities, the last to go. He puts in 100% in all activities. He never complains. He wants it more than anybody there. At the end, you notice that his parents are very rich. And you start asking yourself, why is he even bothering himself? Why is he stressing himself? Why is he wanting it more than his peers? Why is he bothering himself? What's his drive? What's the drive behind his hard work?
Mm-hmm.
You know, what's the drive behind his work rate? You know, he doesn't need to work. His parents already have done all that for him. They got the money. They made all the money. He doesn't need to work. You understand? That's the question to be asking yourself. And the kid is determined. He's hard work. He's working. It's so soft, and you be like, you understand what I mean?
Yeah, I understand. And then when you turn around, you'll see another kid that isn't bothered. He's less concerned. He looks as if he doesn't want to be there. He doesn't even know the value of what he's doing. Both kids are in the same activity, but one is from a rich home and one is from a poor home. So this brings me to this question: why do children of rich parents work hard?
It's a debatable question. A lot of people have opinions. A lot of people say different things about maybe the way you will perceive it is going to be the same way, different from someone else, or the way they'll perceive it. Do you understand what I mean? Everybody will have their own opinion towards that. I heard someone said generational wealth. When a rich parents acquire wealth, when they work hard to earn their money, they tends to keep the money. They don't want to lose it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand? The family. So what they normally do? What they normally do is they instill a work ethic mindset in their children. You understand? So all the kids have to do is what? Follow their parents' footstep. Just follow the plan. Follow what the parents did.
Yeah.
They just follow that, and sometimes they do more. Understand me? So the parents already, they lay out the footstep what to do. What's that? The children, they see their parents waking up very early in the morning, isn't it? They wake up very early in the morning, they work, they are so soft. They come back maybe sometimes late. They are working hard. You understand? To acquire the money and all those stuff. So children are watching, they see, and they tend to emulate their parents even most times. So their parents also, what they do, they teach them that mindset. They teach them what is generational wealth. They teach them the value of generational wealth.
Mm-hmm.
They teach them value of money as well. Yeah.
Yeah, and like what you said at the beginning, this reminds me of my futsal training years back. I will not mention the name of the organization. The same thing happened there. This kid trains with us. He had the same attitude. Whenever we come for training, he's already there, and he will be there when we all leave. One time, I remember that we had mistaken the time for our session and we came early. On getting there, I saw the same kid training with the earlier team. And after that session, he joined in our session. Mind you, that anytime I finish training, I'm always tired because the sessions are intense. And this kid would join in multiple sessions. It's not that he's not a good player. On the contrary, he's a very good player. Another thing is that his parents are always there all the way through the sessions. I never see him complain. I can see that he's enjoying himself and he loves what he's doing.
Yeah, he said that he's the first to come down, isn't he? He's the last to leave. That's what I said earlier. Understand, the mindset is different from others. They get me? He wanted more than everyone there. And the parents already had them, they had the money. And you mentioned the parents, they stay there throughout the sessions, maybe 2 or 3 sessions. Remember, they paid for the session. The sessions are not cheap, you know. They paid for those sessions. They are there from the beginning to the end. And that nothing is, you have to understand, the kid in question will be you're discussing about. If he doesn't want to be there,
he wouldn't be there.
There's no way he's going to be there because the parents already, they acquire money there, right? They have the money. But there's something that's this.
Yeah, he finds it fun.
Yeah, there's a drive. And the sessions are not like 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
They're 1 hour.
1 hour sessions, intense sessions. He do it multiple times. And he does that every week. Do you understand what I mean? And you'll be wondering, why? What is the drive? What's going on? And what you have to understand is that at a young age, rich kids already know that they have to work hard. Their parents already let them know that. They have that. They see the parents, right? They have to work. They have to work hard, and laziness is not acceptable. Sometimes the parents might not tell them that, but due to their attitude, the way parents behave, the kids already they know that it's not acceptable. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, I understand.
You know, so their parents are not. If you look at their parents, they are not lazy. You know, as you know, children like to emulate their parents. You know, sometimes they like to emulate or do things their parents do. They're watching their parents, especially when the parents are their role model. Do you understand? They want to follow the parents' footstep. And in this case, the parents the parents are very rich, right? What do you think they're going to do? They want to follow that footstep. They emulate their parents, you know, and so they would like to work hard as their parents.
Yeah, and this brings a thought to my mind. Rich kids want to be able to live and enjoy the same lifestyle as their parents had given them, but this would include going on vacations, having flashy cars, living in big mansions, etc.
You pointed them out. Going on vacation. Who doesn't want to go on vacation? And most of the rich kids, rich families, they always go. Most of them, they go on vacations maybe multiple times in a year. Do you understand? Those are money. Those are the value of being rich. Do you understand? Those are the benefit of being rich. They have flashy cars, some of them. Mansions and all that. All those things come with hard work. Do you understand? It comes so them rich kids, they seen that from their parents. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So they want to, like we said earlier, they want to emulate that and keep it there the same way in the family. Understand? So with that, they want to go on vacations every year. They want to drive flashy cars, like you said. They want to live a good life. They want to enjoy it. So all of those things, like I said, it comes with hard work. And that's why it looks maybe sometimes that like they work harder. Do you understand? That's why sometimes.
Yeah, and moving on from that, sometimes they want to prove themselves to their parents that they can do it on their own without their parents' money.
Yeah, you can there are some, for example, if you look at some celebrities, right? You can see some of the celebrities that their kids, for some of them that are into movie acting or music or something, right? You realize that their kids don't really follow their parents into movie or something. They start doing something different.
They do something different, yeah.
Understand? In order for them to like make their own name, right? Just to tell others or tell their parents that they can do it on themselves. You understand? But the difference is that they already have that mindset. They already instill in them that hard work from young age. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So they, like I said earlier, they emulate their parents. They already know the footstep, what to do in order to do that. Sometimes people might say that, it's because of their parents' influence. Their parents have connections and all that. Yeah, they might have connections and influence in the society. What I mean by that, to give them, they can enter any office they want to enter because of their name, right? But with that as well, they have to work. If you don't leave your home to go out, something come to you, you need to go approach this stuff, isn't it? They have to go. They have to show that they want it. And that's why they work. They work. Some of them, they want to show, they have to prove to themselves that they can do it. And they do it. They can't do it without hard work. Especially, like I always point out every time, it comes from mindset. They change their mindset. They believe that they can do it. That's why,
Yeah. And you can't forget that wealthy parents are more likely to feed their children healthy food, like vegetables, for example. And they're more likely to read to their children and enroll them into classes where they'll enhance their early development. So why you poor families don't even seem to bother sometimes, even though they are lower class and they don't have as much resources. Wouldn't you think that they want their children to go into higher places?
Those are the disparities. Should I say disparities, or should I say the difference between the two families, or the two? I always use mentality. Do you understand? Because, right, rich parents most times, they always have time. They know. They read out. Sometimes they read to their kids, right? They read to them. They feed them good food. They feed them the normal, like fruits, vegetables, things like to let the kids grow, for their nourishment and everything. They do that. All those things are not the way people are looking at it. They are not much expensive, compared to food other people like eat. You understand? But they know that they have to teach, they have to feed their kids that. As well, they enroll them. You mentioned the enrollment, isn't it? Into studies and all that. That will help their development. Yes, they do that. It's extra money. But they know the value of that. Putting them in extra classes. Extra classes, extra curricular, extra activities, extra. Because what does that mean?
They'll get higher in there.
They get high. It will enhance their development. It will enhance their work rate. Going to school, they come back. They already made. What I want to point out is that they already made the money. Do you understand? But there's something. At the beginning we mentioned about generational wealth.
Yeah.
They made the money, but if they don't teach, in a last podcast I said something about if you don't teach someone how to make the money, if you give that person money, remember?
They will just squander it.
They squander it. So what did they do?
They'll teach them how to keep money.
Keep the money and how to make it. Do you understand what I mean? So from a young age, they just put them in those classes, extra classes to enhance their development. So with that, the kids, they work more harder because laziness is not acceptable. Like we said earlier, remember?
Yeah, and their parents instill in them the value of money, like you just said now. They instill in them the value of money, determination, grit, and sacrifice. So you can't forget that rich kids have enormous pressure on themselves to succeed.
That is what I just said to you. You remember, okay, the parents already made their name. Do you get what I'm saying? They already made the name for themselves, made the name for the family. They acquired the money. Do you understand? Now, with the name of their parent, the kid coming out, what will happen? They will expect them to go more higher than their parents, isn't it? There's enormous pressure. As well, in order to keep that money, or to make more money, it's pressure. Do you understand? So they can't just do it. They have to work harder. They have to work extra to keep that, to keep on that generational wealth. They keep their parents' name up there to make them successful, make themselves successful as well. So it's not really yeah, people might say it differently in some other ways, but there's a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure.
Yeah.
You understand?
And many people could interpret rich kids differently, and I have no problem with that. And many people can say that rich kids are spoiled and that they don't know what to do with their parents' money. What they do is squander the money, and you have to remember that there are always exceptions.
Mhm.
I know that some are privileged, those that inherited wealth from their parents, but they too have to work hard and keep the money.
I just said to you, because they have to work hard to keep the money. Some are privileged, like you said. They're privileged, they inherited the money. Maybe people might say, yeah, but your parents have already done that for you.
Yeah.
You understand? You have the money, the parents have worked hard for you, understand? They made the way for you and all that. Now, they got the money, but they have to keep it. Do you understand what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Understand? So, they have to work their source off. Sometimes, yeah, like you say, some will say that some of them are spoiled. They go out, they drink, they abuse
the money.
Yeah, they abuse the money, they abuse themselves, they take drugs and all every other stuff. Yes, but at the long run, you realize there's exceptions. There are few. In every life, there are some people that no matter what you did to them, their life is different. Do you understand?
Yeah.
But majority of them, you realize that they work their source off. They work hard. They work so much hard. They work more than an average person. Do you understand? Upon all the whole money, and you be like, what? Like you said about the kid, you remember? In the food store you said that you went to, the kid, and you be looking at that kid, he was like, what is he? Why is he even doing this? Why is he? But upon all the things he's doing, working more, he has a smile on his face. He's enjoying it. That's the determination inside. You know? And when you have a determination, you know what determination is? It's zeal. You have that
drive.
You have that, I don't know. He enjoying that. You know, he wants to show to the parents. You all pointed them out. You want to show to the parents, I can do more. Do you understand? He's doing it more. Do you understand? So some can say some of them are spoiled. Yeah. Some of them are spoiled. They just want to mess up the whole money. That's it. But if you look at them, most of them that are spoiled, you can say that way. Look at the parents as well. Maybe they didn't instill those qualities like we just said now. They didn't instill those.
Because they didn't know them in the first place.
Yeah, they didn't explain to them. They didn't teach them properly. You know, in order to, they didn't explain to them what is generational wealth. They don't. Do you understand? There was no relationship, that there was no discipline. Do you understand what I mean? Those are the things. So there are exceptions. It's always there. But the bottom line, what we're saying is that sometimes people they say rich kids, they work more. Why are they always working harder? Why? That's what the question is. Why? Do you understand? They have to keep that generational wealth. They have to work more harder than others in order for them to do it, to enjoy that success their parents already had, to enjoy it, to pass it on to their own children. And you find out that when the children comes, they will teach their children, and those children will do what?
They'll teach
they teach their own unborn children as well. It goes there. That's what they call generational wealth. They keep on going and on. That's what they do. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what we're trying to say is that as a parents, we should help our kids in teaching them the value of hard work. Hard work, they call it hard work when it sounds hard. People think that it's hard. No, it's all mentality. If you change mindset, someone's mindset, if you change someone's mentality, how they perceive the world, how they see what they want to achieve, how to go for it. What do you want in life? This is how. There's always a map out there, what to do, how to follow it. Understand? In most of our podcasts, we've been discussing that. Instead of you sleeping till 10 o'clock in the morning, we're going to sleep late, waking up very late in the day. No. Go to bed early. Wake up early. Know what you have to do that day. Approach it. Go there. It's just easy stuff. You go in there. They call it hard work. putting hard in there does not mean that it's too hard. Do you understand? It's just the mindset. How do you say it? What do you want? How do you perceive what do you want in life? How do you approach it? That's why it is. So, when we work hard, there is always a reward at the end. There is always a reward at the end. Yeah.
Thank you for watching and listening to this podcast. I hope you enjoyed, and please share to your friends and like this video.
And also don't forget that family is everything.
Thank you.
Thank you.